Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be looking at another post from a Chinese forum about the upcoming mutation. This is an infamous gift of Dragoons getting wrecked by a twister that's blocking the ramp. You can see here, it's pretty funny. Anyways, let's keep going. So this mutation is not difficult, but it's quite disgusting. This is because the entrances on VP are narrower than usual. If there's a twister guarding the entrance, it doesn't matter whether it's your big army or a worker picking up crystals, you might suffer losses. Twister will also disrupt your dudes from picking up trash. As such, I highly recommend choosing a commander that doesn't need many resources and just hero solo. Focus on controlling the hero and workers. When I play against slim pickings, I pretty much forego resources. The enemies on VP aren't strong, just that there are many types of them, and different enemy spawn timings, the way of traveling to your base, etc. Hero only means it won't be very stressful. If anything, you can prolong the game a bit and not deal with the crystals on the high ground at 3 o'clock. If possible, manually control the workers picking up crystals. If they die, at least die on high ground. Whether you want to expo or not is up to you. The workers in the lower expo in particular may get blasted by self-destruction when transports fly overhead. As such, if you expo, just get gas. Alright, and then let's see, next part. So even though you will rarely have extra money with slim pickings, if you actually have some cash on hand, you can consider placing trash buildings at various ramps to get vision. If you have vision, you can see where the twisters are and making it easier to plan the routes for your workers. Recommended commanders: Stedman P2. The hero only, can pretty much solo this map. Also, the blue stat zones can speed up workers as well as get vision so you can see where the twisters are. Zerato P3, spin the wind, but remember to blink away to avoid self-destruction. You can spend minerals on void arrays to transport workers. Extra gas can be spent on observers to spot for twisters. Alright, and then Dahaka P2. As always, this is the road traveled by kings for the 3 pack leaders. Not sure exactly what this means. As for how workers will navigate the map, you can only use a hotkey to keep an eye on them. Kerrigan. The plan is similar to Imbatul, but you have to research 2 things. Omega Worms for transporting workers. Aside from P1, the other prestiges all have their merits and demerits. Alright, other commanders: Zagara P3, hero only. Extra banelings can defend the base. As for workers, you have no choice but to be extra careful. Karax P3, spread observers. Top bar takes out crystal enemies. Repair beam can heal Terran and Protoss workers as well as Stugovs that are hit by twisters, so there isn't much of a problem. You have to actually pick up resources until you get level 3 solar efficiency and fire lance. Lone Wolf. Purely based on stats, he's fine. But you have to actually pick up resources and buy his gear, medevacs, Odin, nuke, outlaws, and armor upgrade. With all these things, there's actually a lot of trash you have to pick up. Next week is Polarity and Minesweeper on MO. Not only difficult, but also disgusting. To some extent, this means laying down in mines rather than sweeping them. Because if your ally doesn't kill them, you'll get blasted. Alright. For Twister, is it like Lava Burst where it's less concentrated the more vision a player has? So for those who don't know, if you have a lot of units on the map, lava bursts will spawn near them. So yeah, if you only have units in safe zones, they will be concentrated. The lava bursts will be concentrated near like your exits when you start moving out, wherever you're exiting. Next post. On VP, there's a little trick where you can clear the structures near your side to prevent attack waves from rushing your base. With VP plus slim pickings, there's a method to pick up money and crystals. That is, after clearing a high ground area, put 1 to 2 workers there and put them in a control group. Then you can quickly shift-click the resources there to get money. Even when the lava rises, you can get money on the high ground, and you can also focus on pushing with your main army. The only thing is that you have to multitask a lot. This guy usually gives good advice on Taika stuff, but this one, I think he's wrong on both of these, so yeah. this is only true for the 9 o'clock side. If you're on the right side, you can't destroy the things at 12 o'clock to prevent waves from spawning there. And this one with Twister, the control groups, like if you're not Zerg, you're not gonna regen HP. And if you're Terran, your workers might just die. So I don't think this is a great idea. You can do it though. Okay, next one. Response to above. The spawn points on VP are pretty clear. Aside from the fixed double wave at around at around 10 minutes, after clearing the buildings at 9, 1, and 6 o'clock, the waves will only spawn at 4 o'clock. So in the bottom right corner. However, the targets of the attack waves are a bit unclear. It clearly says they'll go through the high ground near the expo, but sometimes they'll go to the main directly. Sometimes they'll take a detour and go to the natural. Okay, and then the next post, response about density. I think so, not too sure. As far as I know, Twister is determined at the start based on the size of the map, unlike Lava Burst and Going Nuclear, which are refreshed periodically. So next one, this guy's response about pathways being unclear. Yes, I'm not really sure whether the waves from 6 or 5 o'clock go to the main or the natural. However, the principles don't change. The spawn point on the left, clear the 9 o'clock encampment as soon as possible. Then the waves won't spawn at 9 o'clock, so your workers can pick up stuff on the high ground. Spawn point on the right, clear the 12 o'clock high ground encampment as soon as possible. Clear it while you deal with waves from 1 o'clock. Workers can pick up stuff on the high ground at 12 o'clock and the natural. This is assuming that your ally won't come to save your base, but will for his own. Slim picking. I missed all that. Okay, well, here. So the 3 lines previously. Slim pickings requires you to multitask. Twister requires you to move using shift. Therefore, slim pickings plus Twister equals multitask plus shift moving. All right. Next one. So here. For me, after clearing the natural, I will clear 9 o'clock first without thinking, since the waves from there are really close. It's not unusual for transports from 9 o'clock to attack my base. Afterwards, I focus on dealing with stuff near the crystals, then check the time when I am free. If I am free at around 11 minutes and I haven't dealt with a double attack wave yet, and I have a big top bar, I will first go to 6 o'clock to get ready to deal with the 10 to 13 minute double attack wave. Otherwise, I'll just see how much firepower I have. If it's not that great, I will first clear the base to the right of the main, and then slowly push right. When I have enough firepower, I'll take out the hybrid dominator and push 1 o'clock. I myself am limited in ability. If there's pressure the entire time and I don't have time to mess around, I will stop at around 10 minutes to get a drink and look at the scenery. That's why when I play co-op, I always think of ways to get time to mess around. That's why when I see slim pickings in B plus N, I just quit. For mutations, I will do my best to think of ways to reduce the time picking up resources. Once I have enough firepower, I can breeze through the mission. Next one. Slim pickings is not as disgusting as microtransactions. The next one. Don't exaggerate. With slim pickings, you can't even make that many dragoons. Referring to the picture above. Okay, and then the post about every commander. The less micro, the easier this mutation will be. Rainer. Don't pick P3 and wait for red stones. Not sure what that is. Tanks, Vikings, Banshees, etc. stay at home as security guards. Leave the attacking to the Hyperion and Duskwings. If you're doing this, you might want to use Duskwings cooldown. Kerrigan. Enemies aren't stronger. Kerrigan alone can destroy them. The only problem is that Omega Worms can only transport workers to the crystals. They can't transport them home. Artanis. Does choosing him mean watching your ally solo? This just means that his value comes from Guardian Shell or P3 Unbound Fanatics. P3, oh, next one. Swan. The poorest dude is like this. I recommend using P1 and top bar to clear paths. Hercules get vision and clear the landing area. Lastly, the workers pick up crystals. If you have extra money, you can put some tanks in the Hercs. Zagara. Aside from the free Banes and Scourges, you don't need to make anything else. This is P1, I guess. If you really need something, you can make a wave of Lings, then directly morph them into Banes. Carax. Carax here. All commanders whose workers have the mechanical tag will love having him as an ally. Repair Beam greatly guarantees their survival. Structures aren't affected by Twister, and he can build towers instantaneously. And he has the real solar bombardment. You only need 1 mineral to open fire. I think this guy has confused slim pickings with microtransactions. And yeah, you'll probably see this again later. Nova, the explosion beast is here. Clear the enemies, then destroy structures with liberators. After clearing, go home and defend. Avathurs, easy win with 6 UEs. Okay, Vorazun, time stop mass DTs. Use Dark Pylon to transport your workers or army to different areas. Han and Horner. This is the real microtransactions mutator. See, I don't get it. P1 Magmines are good at destroying crystal enemies. P2 Fleet is good at clearing bases. Stukov, so poor for real. The good thing is that once a bunker is done, the units are free. Otherwise, I don't even know how this commander is supposed to beat this mutation. Alarak. This time the Tal'Darim are poor AF. Let me have spelled this wrong. Alarak and a few supplicants sit in a war prism to grab crystals. If you don't need to move your army, don't move it. After all, Alarak needs to make units. This is a microtransactions thing, not a slim pickings thing. Alright, Tychus. The 3 guns will definitely have a way to deal with problems. I personally recommend having Tychus go out to work. You're right, this is a grenade. Once you toss it, arg. The Haka. Hero unit plus pack leaders. Attack. Just don't forget to pick up crystals. Phoenix. Slowly push with the hero unit. Summon the Rock Slapper to deal with attack waves. Next one. Mex. Just hold on until you get an Imperial Witness. The blimp accelerates mandate generation. Mandate means free stuff. Just drop bunkers where they are needed. Stedman. If you really need to make units, just make infestors. For everything else, you can just use P2's numbers to roll over Amon. So P2's numbers just refers to like the raw stats, his raw power of, well, Super Gary. Zerato, P3, spin to win. All right. And then this one is just some kind of like actual post about this is Dragoon's intelligence are low. I don't know if this is edited or not, but whatever. Okay, just a little meme. Next one. For mutations on VP, Manx, Carax, Lone Wolf, choose 2 from these 3. With slim pickings, Toxic Tyrant will probably be worse, so choose Solarized Celestial and Lone Wolf. It'll be like regular Brutal. And that's it for this post. What advice do you have for this mutation? Comment it down below and I'll see you next time.